Hi, I'm Kirsten from haakmaarraak.nl and today I will show you how to weave in your ends. There are a lot of ways to finishing off your crochet ends, but I've always liked weaving in ends with a needle instead of knotting or joining in other ways. The reason for this is that knots can get undone on smoother yarns or in the laundry, and if you weave in your ends correctly, they won't get undone. So if you want to weave in your ends with a needle, you need to have yarn ends of around 10 to 15 centimeters, which is 4 to 6 inches. Any shorter than that and the weaving will be a little bit challenging. All you need to do this is a sharp needle or a needle and a pair of sharp scissors. You can also use a blunt needle, but I like my needle to go through all the stitches and a sharp needle helps. Okay, so we will get started with the base row. As you can see, that is the gray end here. First thread your yarn, so like this. And then next insert your needle in the base of the row, like this. Weave it through around 5 to 7 centimeters and pull it through very gently. I keep my thumb on here to prevent pulling too hard. When you pull too hard, your crochet will go inwards. As you can see, I do this on purpose now. You don't want this to happen, so gently tug on your crochet to make it look better again. You can see this looks much better now. Then, because my yarn got undone, rethread your yarn and weave it back into the opposite direction for around, well, 3 to 4 centimeters. It doesn't need to go all the way back. Like this. Gently tug it again. Make sure your thread is not visible on the right side of the work. Then grab your scissors and snip off the end very close to where it exited your yarn. Okay, so we'll also have ends that are worked in high stitches, for example the blue yarn over here. Now ideally you'd like to work to weave in your ends in a row with the same color, because otherwise you will see your thread going through the stitches. We don't want that to happen, so what we'll do is we thread the yarn like this, and then what I do is I weave my way up the beginning chain of this stitch. You won't see this in the end result. So like this. Gently pull it through, making sure not to pull too hard. Now you're at the top level of your stitches and you can simply weave your needle through like this. As you can see, it goes under the stitches of the other color. And I pull it through like this. Tug a little bit, and there you go. Because it got undone, I need to thread it again. And now I'm working my way back the opposite direction, 4 to 5 centimeters, 2 or 3 inches. Doesn't need to be that long. There you go. Snip it off with a pair of scissors again. And that's your second end done. So I've woven all my ends as I just described. And now there's just one end left, and that is the end of the final row. And you want to be extra careful here, because if you weave this in too tight, then you will distort your top stitch, and you don't want that to happen. So what you do is you thread your yarn, just like before, like this. And then very gently insert it into the base of the stitch. 5 centimeters. It doesn't really matter, anything like 5 centimeters is enough. And then as you can see, there's still a loop here. I pull this very gently and then very gently on the yarn end again. And I keep tugging until it looks very secure, like this. And then I check whether I can still see the stitches here. I can still see all the V's. Here's the final V. That's good. And then I weave in back the way I came. Just a little bit. Pull through. Looks good. I grab my scissors and cut it off. And that's it. Now, which way you look at it, you can't see the ends I wove in. As you can see, no way to tell where those ends are. And that's the way you like it with crochet. And that's how you weave in crochet ends.